to Kansas, gateway to Oz. Under the rainbow, this is where it was. Hollyhocks and red ripe tomatoes, hand-churned homemade ice cream. Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. It's the best part of Dorothy's dream.
Today's Around Kansas starts with a story about the recent Michael Martin Murphey concert and fundraiser in Council Grove. Then we learn about Phillipsburg, Kansas, situated in Phillips County, and how they are named for two different historical figures, both named William Phillips. Next, enjoy a poem from Ron Wilson, and we'll end with a story about the Landmark Inn and Teller's Restaurant in Oberlin. Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress, powered by Kansas farmers. This segment is brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, just a short drive down the Yellow Brick Road. Hey, good morning. It's Wednesday and it's time for Around Kansas Improv. We really have no idea what each of us is going to say, other than that we know what stories we're going to tell you about.
It's always improv, but like one of my friends pointed out, life is improv. You know, you wake up every day, you don't know what's going to happen, and that's certainly the way it is right here.
Okay, so there was something about grit? Grits or grit?
Well, you know, all my babies love grits. We love grits, but we also love the grit. And when we featured Grit Magazine a couple of episodes back, we talked about the newsboys that were hired to sell the Grit Magazine. Well, we got a message from one of the girls who was hired to sell Grit Magazine, and she wanted us to point out that it wasn't just boys. And I honestly did not know that, because everything that I got just talked about the boys. So apparently little girls got to sell the grit too, and we want to give her a shout out. And if you want to share some pictures of when you sold the Grit Magazine, whether you were a boy or a girl, let us see those. And that story's gotten a huge response. So yeah, we were really happy to share that story.
And we need to be politically correct.
We do, and all inclusive, that's us. We're all about it. Everybody, we tell everybody's story. So Frank, I know you're involved with the Jayhawk Theater Board, so what's going on? You guys are doing some cool stuff.
Yes, things are moving very rapidly now. We've applied for several grants, which most probably we will get. And of course, many times the grants mean we need to have matching funds. So if you would like to see the Jayhawk Theater restored, please give us money. But anyway, it's a fantastic project. Of course, we had Act One, which was an introduction to a lot of people to come in and look at the facility and see what we're going to be doing there. But it's still amazing to me, but it's only because I'm one of the senior citizens now, and that is that so many people that have not seen the Jayhawk Theater or even know it is there. And it is truly a jewel in the city of Topeka and the state of Kansas. It is on the historic register, and it will be restored to its original glory, but with, of course, modern accoutrements. So stay tuned. We'll tell you a lot more about what's happening there.
Well, it's one of those landmarks in downtown Topeka, and for folks who don't live in Topeka, but who come to the Capitol on business or to bring the kids to see the newly restored Capitol, which is gorgeous. You know, there's a lot more to see and do around here. So take advantage of all that.
And talk about history. Gypsy Rose Lee, if you know who that is, she became Gypsy Rose Lee at that theater. If you have seen the Broadway show Gypsy and she leaves the family, that happened at the Jayhawk Theater in Topeka, Kansas. Judy Garland has played there, Bob Hope played there, Abbott and Costello played there. I mean, you talk about the big show business people, they play the Jayhawk Theater. More to come.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
To see this show and past episodes of Ag AM in Kansas, go online to agaminkansas.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Welcome back to Around Kansas. And you know, Frank, when I first moved to Kansas 20-some years ago, one of my favorite places to visit was Council Grove. And going down to eat at the Hayes House, stay at the Cottage House Inn, and just see all the historic sites, and a really famous site along the Santa Fe Trail. And that has remained one of my favorite sites. And one of these days, when I get around to it, I want to do a story on Daniel Boone and his impact on opening the West. And of course, his great-grandson was Seth Hayes, who opened the Hayes House restaurant. His, I can't remember now, son or grandson was an Indian agent back in the day, even before this was a territory. Up around Perry, there's a highway marker there, a historic marker on Highway 24, just a little northeast of Perry, that talks about his being an Indian agent to the Carr, the Osage that were right there. There are lots of connections. And so within Council Grove, always a good time when we go to Council Grove, but had a really good time a couple of weeks ago, and I want to share that with you.
Oh, and I have some history there too, because Kit Carson, my great-grandmother was Kit Carson's niece.
Really?
And he traveled the Santa Fe Trail.
He sure did.
Many times.
Many times.
Anyway, let's talk about Council Grove.
For folks who love the American West, Council Grove might be considered the heart of the story. The last jumping off place before travelers headed for Santa Fe, Council Grove in Morris County have a past full of stories and personalities. It is the quintessential Western town in the quintessential Western landscape. In July, hundreds of believers came together to celebrate that identity. The Morris County Council Grove Chamber sponsored a concert by Michael Martin Murphy, joined by his son Ryan and Western artist-musician Gary Roller, to raise both money and awareness. Council Grove resident Frank Goodrich is the president of the Murphy Western Institute, founded to further the study of the history and culture of the American West. The multi-award-winning and multi-million record-selling Murphy is a champion of ranching and Western history and supports so many causes in Kansas he might as well be a Kansan. He lends his name and talent to raising funds for the Home on the Range cabin and its projects near Smith Center, and often appears at the Prairie Rose Chuck Wagon in Benton. Murphy spoke about his love for the West and the significance of this area at a pre-concert dinner at the Hayes House, a local landmark. While folks enjoyed the legendary buffet, Murphy spoke about his own life experience, growing up in Texas, and his path to success in music. Later, his concert was sprinkled with tidbits of history and stories of his songs. He also confirmed what many in the crowd know, but it's nice to hear someone else say. This place they call home has an important place in American history, and so many of the people who have passed into legend were right here. That is a story worth sharing. The crowd loved his music and his message, crowding the table for his autograph and CDs after the show was over. Diane Wolf, Chamber Director, and Dave May, MC for the night's event, hope this will mark the beginning of many live music events that celebrate the heritage and the spirit of the community. They are off to a great start.
From the Land of Kansas is a trademark program that helps Kansas businesses grow, produce, process, or manufacture Kansas products. Let's meet Blue Sky Miniature Horse Ranch, located 6 miles outside of Hays, Kansas. In 1992, owners Marion and Donna Schmidt purchased their first miniature show horse, and since then they have become enthusiastic about training and showing their herd. After presenting these horses in state and national shows, they now offer tours at their ranch, which is specially designed for these miniature horses. The public is invited for a tour that includes seeing ribbons and trophies won by the horses, a grooming demo for the show arena, a special imprint demo of foals, and the opportunity to brush and pet these special horses. Cart rides are available for a small fee. Cameras are welcome, but no video, please. For reservations, call 785-625-6725. And for additional information, visit blueskyhorses.com.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We are having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 550 AM on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Around Kansas, brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook, or visit us online at sftmeats.com.
And we're back again. I'm Frank, and this is Deb. And, this is Around Kansas. And if this is your first time watching this, we talk about a lot of people and places around the state of Kansas that makes it a great place to visit, a great place to live. And there is some interesting history. Of course, there is everywhere, but especially in Kansas. And who would have thought that a county and a city would be named the same, but from two different people?
You can't make this stuff up.
No, you really can't. And one of those towns is named Phillipsburg in Phillips County. And so...
But not the same Phillip.
But not the same Phillip.
Wow.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Take a look at this.
You know, in a previous story, I talked about Randy Sparks and the fact that he has written 28 songs about Kansas, and here's one of them. These are the lyrics from a song that's called Phillipsburg, Kansas. Phillipsburg is the county seat of Phillips County, Kansas. Each was named to honor William Phillips, of course, but William died a martyr for keeping Kansas free, and William A. Civil War hero came to be. One died in 56, the other in 93. Both are honored in north central Kansas. Tell me mathematically just what are the chances of finding places named the same with two names as their source. A township and a county, two heroes to proclaim. It's interesting to learn how Kansans played the game. Was the war still going on when they chose the city's name? Were there still pro-slavery folks in Kansas? Now, the William who has lent his name to Phillips County, Kansas, coldly took two slavers with him when he died without remorse. And William A. of Phillipsburg, though dressed in Yankee blue, was not an abolitionist, a soldier through and through, a founder of Salina from a states' rights point of view. The lesser of two evils there in Kansas. So, another song, some more poetry from native Kansan, Randy Sparks. See you somewhere around Kansas.
From the Land of Kansas is a trademark program that helps Kansas businesses grow, produce, process, process or manufacture Kansas products. Let's meet Crooked Post Winery, a new Kansas winery built in 2013 at Lake Perry and inspired by Italian architecture and Italian wines. Their wine is made true to the flavor of the grapes they grow, crafted by hand and not manipulated to taste like any other wine. Crooked Post Winery uses French-American hybrid grapes that are suitable for the Kansas climate. Every year's varietal wine will be different than the last and something special to look forward to. They have a 900 square foot event room that can be rented for small weddings or other special occasions, or you can just come and sit and relax by the fire. You can also enjoy their annual special events that celebrate wine. For wine tasting and vineyard tours, call 785-876-9990 or visit them on the web at www.crookedpostwinery.com.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
To see this show and past episodes of Ag AM in Kansas, go online to agaminkansas.com. This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
One of the great summer traditions and fun things to do in the summertime in Kansas is rodeo. This is a salute to bullfighters and barrelmen. When you go down to the rodeo, there's folks you see as part of the show. They're a vital part of the rodeo's plan. I speak of the bullfighters and the barrelmen. They wear a painted smile and a floppy hat, suspenders and goofy pants at that. Their humor makes you smile. It's not deadpan, those funny-looking bullfighters and the barrelman. But when it's time for the rough stock events, it's them down inside the arena fence. If a rider's hung up or a cowboy's in a jam, he'll get saved by the bullfighters and the barrelman. Those bullfighters put their lives on the line to buy a downed cowboy some precious time. They're praised by the cowboys and loved by the fans, those professional bullfighters and the barrelmen. Comedian and athlete rolled into one, they help the cowboys as part of the fun. If they can't dodge a bull, then no one can. I speak of the bullfighters and the barrelmen. So let's salute this brave hero who displays his skills at the rodeo. Thanks for protecting cowboys since rodeo began. Those brave bullfighters and the barrelman. Happy trails.
We started farming in 1970. It was harder work then than it is now, a lot more physical work and the wear and tear on my knees and my body. Now here I'm 70 years old. I started having knee pain here 4 or 5 years ago, and so I was looking for a stem cell clinic, and lo and behold, my good friend John Farley and Ken Wood, who'd been customers and friends for a number of years, opened their clinic, and in about 2 months my heel was a lot better, and then at the end of 3 months and then going on 4, why my knee started making significant improvement, and it's sure been a blessing, because before I had the stem cells, well, I'd be driving a tractor, and if I sat in a tractor for 2 or 3 hours, when I got out I'd have to to stop and get the kinks out of my knee and shake it. And today that's not a problem.
Healthy cows start with the new Hired Hand automatic livestock sprayer. Rancher invented to provide an efficient alternative to pour-on and injectable parasite management systems. The portable design allows cattle to treat themselves head to hoof. Strategic device placement with pass-through activation technology takes the stress out of parasite treatment for cattle and the rancher. Get the new Hired Hand for yourself or become a distributor. Visit cowsprayer.com. The new Hired Hand makes healthy cows easy.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help?
How can we help?
Around Kansas, brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. Go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
And we're back again.
We were talking about Phillipsburg, so if you keep going on Highway 36, of course, you get to Oberlin. And I love Highway 36. If you've never driven the width of the state on Highway 36, it is gorgeous. The land just rolls, and I can't help but think, when you, especially if you go there in the spring and the grass is high, how the settlers that were coming through on the Oregon Trail, why did they go any farther? Because there couldn't have been anything more beautiful waiting for them than they were finding right there on what would become Highway 36 in Kansas.
However, Highway 36 in Kansas, when you go west, you do your steering wheel this way. Coming east, it's this way. So I can't imagine. I mean, when the covered wagons were going west, were they doing this? I don't know.
I don't know. They might have been meandering a little bit. But of course, Oberlin, one of our favorite towns, and we get to spend a lot of time there. We're very blessed to do that. And no visit to Oberlin is complete without a stop at the Landmark Inn and the Teller's Restaurant. Our good friend Gary Anderson runs that, and he's an amazing host. He's just a really sweet man with just impeccable taste. When you walk in, you'll just be blown away by this place.
Now you get a free dinner.
We'll see. Gary Anderson asked his guests to imagine a Victorian world set in a bustling Kansas frontier town, home to the United States Land Office. Hundreds came to Oberlin each day looking for new homes. In 1886, their first night stay would have been at the Oberlin House, the St. James, or other inns that rivaled their counterparts to the east. After claiming their 160 acres of Kansas prairie, they were off to the brand new Bank of Oberlin to set up their banking business in their new hometown. The newspaper said of the bank, "It is the prettiest building in the city. Such buildings, beautiful, permanent, and durable, are of incalculable value to Oberlin." How true. Gary's Landmark Inn and Teller's Restaurant is the heart of town. Gary, a former banker himself, transformed the iconic building into a welcoming retreat for travelers, drawing on the spirit of those Victorian hotels that are long since gone. Just imagine the sets from Bonanza or Big Valley. Guests experience the opulence of the Victorian West with modern conveniences such as TV and Wi-Fi. The restaurant offers gourmet soups and sandwiches and incredible quiche, meals on par with any big city eatery. Gary saves the Buffalo Bill Room for me. Well, it's not really the Buffalo Bill Room. It is actually the Marks Suite, named after the Bank of Oberlin's founder. The room features a spoon-carved queen-size bedroom set, a daybed that doubles as a sofa, a unique Victorian corner sink, a mounted bobcat native to this area, and a large original picture of Buffalo Bill Cody, who spent time in this part of Kansas, along with Wild Bill Hickok, whose family homesteaded nearby. As Gary said, this room is full of Western history if you love the Wild West. The Landmark Inn is far more than just a room for the night. It is an experience.
Gee, we're out of time already?
Doggone it. It goes so fast.
It does. Well, anyway, I'm Frank.
And I'm Deb.
And we'll see you somewhere
around
Kansas.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
Hollyhocks and red ripe tomatoes, hand-churned homemade ice cream. Let me tell you, Kansas is more than tornadoes. We're the best part of Dorothy's dream. We're the best part of Dorothy's dream.
To see this show and past episodes of Ag AM in Kansas, go online to agamandkansas.com.